again here to talk about the 9 diet and all of the benefits of that. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
That's great, thank you. So thank you guys for coming today, we appreciate it. We're going to start with, we've got a smoothie and then a little dip that we want everyone to taste, and we like interactive. So as we're talking, we want you guys to chime in, but we're going to pass these smoothies out, and we just want to know what you guys think are in there. And does anyone have allergies?
Allergies.
Nope. No allergies. Okay. Allergies? Everyone's good? Okay, so we're going to pass these out, and
We got a number this morning who's going to be here, so we brought the cups, so hopefully we have enough.
oh, that's good. Yeah, I like poppins. That's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Let's toast to a big Monday. Of course, there's something.
There's wine in it, yes. That was pretty, I'm sorry.
All right, so
Drink up, and
Yeah.
then let us know what you think. And what you think you're having.
Banana,
Berry, yogurt.
okay, berry yogurt. Any guesses?
banana,
We went today.
raspberry,
Okay.
the seeds raspberry,
Okay.
Beets?
No, but okay. Like, any thoughts over here?
There's no kale.
Well, first of all, do you guys like it? Do you guys like the way this?
Yeah, do you like it? Do you enjoy it?
Good.
Could you see yourself having this on, in your daily routine, this type of smoothie?
Yes.
Okay.
So, who says there's no kale in it?
That's right.
Hate to break it to you.
You said a nice serving of kale.
A little serving of kale. Yes, and you didn't even know.
You didn't know it? How do you like it? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. It is still, so we did one of these over in Westwood, and everyone was like, oh, this is fantastic. What is this? So we're going to get to our topic next, but we wanted to see before we clouded anyone's mind on foods, our healthy foods,
Yes.
how this tastes first. Okay, so everyone approves of the drink?
Yes.
Okay, all right, now we're going to pass out, Amy, if you do that on this plate. This is a
So I have
little,
to, again, we had a different number when we came, so we thought there were going to be 12, so if you could share, if you don't mind.
yeah, so this is a dip, and we're going to pass out some crackers. Okay, so these are some whole grain chips and some like harvest grain. All right, so you guys can share and dip in. Okay.
There you go, for a while.
All right, so what do you guys think of the dip?
Wait.
You like the dip? Okay. No?
very tasty. Spinach.
Yeah. No? You got hot with the kale comment,
Yes,
that's for sure. Okay, so this is a white bean cannelli dip. So it's white bean is the base. It's got non-fat Greek yogurt, kale, again, a little garlic, little onion, some salt and pepper, and some vinegar. And then that's it. It all goes into the food processor. So you could make it thicker if you wanted to, or we like this consistency. We work with like a healthy chef, and this is what they recommend, because you could put it on sandwich bread if you wanted to, or something.
Little crossinis.
Yeah, if you want it chunkier, you could do something like that. And we can pass these recipes, we can email in the recipes if you guys like them. But, so we like to start this way. It's kind of fun to let you know that this is something healthy. It's great for your mind, but it tastes good. I think we agree it all tastes good, unless we've got a couple people that don't, yeah.
Easy.
And it's easy. When I tell you it
Yes.
takes 10 minutes to throw this together, that's an exact, and that's for both. It's your blender with your raspberries and your kale, your yogurt, whip it up. There's your smoothie on banana. And then the white bean is similar. You put everything in and then you whip it up. So it's not a lot. It's not costly by any means.
And you can make it in a bigger batch and leave it in your fridge so that you can have it throughout the week. Same with smoothies, you can put ice in it if you want to make it a little bit thicker, more like a frat type situation. But again, you're getting all the healthy benefits of, and not feeling like, oh my God, I'm just ate kale, or I just had, I'm not a huge bean fan, but I do like this. So.
Yeah.
What about the chips?
Oh, so these are Veggie Harvest ones, the one with the little ripple, and then the other ones are multi-grain chips. So these are completely healthy. They're good for you, getting that serving
The
of
Tostitos?
the Tostitos. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really wouldn't know the difference from the Tostitos from the regular ones. You know, they taste just as good.
Yeah.
But
I have had the multigrain, but I thought they were like, they weren't that good, and I was just.
Right.
feeling myself.
Right, well, that's kind of one of the things that we said, we like to start with this, because I think we all feel sometimes it's a chore to eat healthy, or, you know, you've got to really think about it, where you go out to dinner and you just order whatever you'd like, because it's just, you're treating yourself.
Yes.
Where this way, we want to start to change the way we're all thinking about it, and putting little things like kale into your smoothie. There you go. Now you've got your serving of kale, and the kale was also in the white beans. We threw a little in there as well, and mixed it all in.
It's so good.
Yeah. So
I know, it is, but it is.
okay, so Amy's gonna pass out. Yep, but we wanted to start, what's everyone's, or just people that feel free to talk, is your morning routine or your daily routine with your eating? How does that, like, what do you typically wake up and have in the morning or for lunch?
Tea,
Tea, okay. Do you do any kind of
yogurt,
yogurt? Okay.
oatmeal,
Okay, oatmeal, good. Okay, do you do a whole grain oatmeal? Do you do like the
instant oatmeal,
instant oatmeal? Okay.
like it or not. with-
Well, you know what? I should put this on my list, because if I look like you, every instant oatmeal every day, I'm gonna add it on my list.
Cereal,
Cereal, yeah, okay.
egg.
Egg, good, yeah. Do you guys,
Yes,
oatmeal? Okay. Okay, oh, good, yeah. And then what about lunches? Do you keep that pretty basic with your eating, or? For lunches, do you guys keep the lunch pretty basic? That you do a sandwich, maybe some deli meat, or salads, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, this time of year, it's cucumbers, tomatoes, it's the end of them in the garden.
Yeah, you can use them all up.
Cucumber sandwich or a tomato sandwich.
Right,
With a
exactly.
lot of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Hey, that's right. Yeah, right, that's a good, yeah. Yeah, always wheat bread, good. Okay. So we're here today talking about the Mind Diet. So does anyone, well, now you guys have it, so you can kind of look at it, but the Mind Diet is the Mediterranean Dash intervention for neurodegenerative delay diet. So this is the only diet that has truly been proven over a 15-year study with the effects of what you eat, and it can be really mild changes, like adding the smoothie in the morning, or having this for your afternoon snack instead of something else, you know. And these little benefits of eating this kind has dramatic influences on your mind and your health. And if you start to eat this way, you know, never too young, a 10-year-old, you know, but you're never too young to start implementing some of these things into your diet.
Or never too old.
Or never too old, right. And, oh, never, oh, I mean, I'm sorry, I meant to say never too old, sorry. You're never too old for the change, yeah. That it can start to slow the progress of a dementia or an Alzheimer's. If you are, you know, diagnosed with something, or you have a loved one that you're caring for, and you start to implement some of these diet choices into your diet, it actually slows it down. It can reverse somewhat the effects of that. So it's really something to think about. I know we always hear about these fad diets, and, you know, what do you want, you know, you want to add this?
I have a grandchild, the latest, she's 4 years old now.
Okay.
When they always give her avocado.
Yeah.
She loved, I mean, I never ate avocado.
Yeah,
And never really cared for it.
sure.
And I said, don't you give her something else? Because she loves it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Avocado is so good for you.
now I get it once in a while.
Yeah.
And I will have it on something like summer.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
yeah.
But I'm saying to myself, God, these kids have changing, you know, I
Right.
could do a soft boiled egg and
Yeah,
put butter and toast in it and mash it
Yeah.
up.
definitely.
Whatever one, but, maybe one they would like.
Yes.
Right.
But these kids have it on the ball.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
So
they do.
I keep saying to my son, don't you give us some other little vegetables or something?
Right.
She does the carrots and mash it.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
right.
So an avocado and a bagel actually have the same amount of calories in them, but a bagel is nuts. It's not gonna do anything to your body. And you're gonna feel full for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then you're probably gonna be hungry again because it does nothing for you. Whereas an avocado, you're gonna think, that's a lot of calories in it. It is fat, and it's good fat, and it's good calories, and it keeps your body really moving, and it does keep you full longer. So when you're thinking of that, maybe have half a bagel and half an avocado together, you kind of get the benefits of both.
Right.
But they're really good for you.
Right. So with this diet, you know, what we're talking about on here, there's a list of things to try. You know, it's not difficult things. It's probably most things that we eat during the week anyways. You've got your chicken and your veggies, your nuts, berries. I mean, like you're talking with the summer, it's a great time, you know, the blueberries, and this was raspberry in ours, but you could easily have put blueberries in that smoothie if that's whatever you have in season.
Yep.
You know?
Does it have any kind of fruit, like plums and peaches, cut?
Sure, I mean, the ones that they really point out on this one are the dark ones, like the berries, the raspberries, the blueberries, things like that. But the big thing is, I think we all, well, I know I was guilty of it, thinking, you know, with your mind, and you go, and could it be genetics? Is it environmental? You know, is there really something you can do to sharpen your mind and reverse any kind of aging or disease factor? And there is, and it's clearly on this list of food, and you start to add that in, and it will do wonders for you. They have had, like I said, proven studies of people that have had great results, and caregivers will say, wow, what a difference I've seen. So let's not wait till we're there or getting there, or you know a loved one. You know, to start to add this into your diet now is something that's really positive for you moving forward, because our bodies are living so much longer, so let's keep our minds up to date with our bodies, you know.
The beans, baked beans?
Baked, you know, beans are good. Cannelli beans, we like this. I mean, any kind of beans is
Any kind of
good.
beans
Nuts
would be
are really
Yes.
good.
Yeah, nuts are great. Beans, any type of bean is fine.
Peanuts,
They're good.
would that be
Yes.
included on the nuts, or are you more like the pecans and the walnuts?
You know, no, nuts are nuts. So that's, I mean, obviously the almonds I think would be your better choice, but peanuts, like, you know, the peanut butter is a good one. That's, again, that's a good fat. That's good for you. So, yeah, definitely. You just, maybe even unsalted if you really want to.
Yeah, if you want to be
That
really
to
good,
it.
unsalted, roasted.
If I'm hungry in the afternoon, I'll, you know, take a handful of dry roasted unsalted peanuts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a great one, guys. You do the
Yes.
almonds, and like we said, you know, even throw how you can get the slivered ones and put them on your salad. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
great way of a little change to your diet that's going to go a long way with your mind. So now about foods to avoid.
You just have one question.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, honey.
As you go over these,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you tell us what one serving is? Do a more serving, what's a serving?
Okay, so, well, a serving would be like a serving size. Like, do you ever see when, if you read the bag, let's say you bought a bag of frozen, you know, veggies, and you'll look at the back, how many serving size? So, one of my sons is a diabetic, so I read serving sizes because it's all about, that's what you have to figure out for how much insulin to give for the food. So if you start to get in that habit of looking at a serving size, they say, you know, meat is
So, yes.
your fist. So if you make, you know, a lot of times we get a steak and it's this big and you're like, oh, that's delicious. That's probably 3 servings, you know.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Or even depending on where you are, right?
Yes.
But a real serving, if you made a fist, this would be your serving of chicken, you know, your serving of meat. But if you look at like a frozen bag of veggies and you see serving size, it may say half a cup, may say 1 cup, because the veggie will differ, you know, based on the weight and calories and content to each one. And then from there, that's your serving, and then you could just kind of relate that over to if you're doing fresh and you were going to chop it. Oh, okay, my serving size is 1 cup. You know, but as far as the meats go, the rule of thumb is if you made a fist, this is about the size that you want.
It's the smallest thing you plate, isn't it?
It's a
Yeah.
small, you know, they say use smaller plates though, because we're all used to bigger plates and you want to fill your plates up. But if you start with a smaller plate, you'll be pressed to fill that with serving sizes on
Salad
it.
could be twice as much.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes,
But the
yes.
salad, that's a good one. You know, you're getting your lettuce and your
Spinach.
yeah, so if you want to go big on the salad, I'd say go big on the
Yes.
salad.
I just had a comment on the nuts. I know I really enjoy
Yes,
nuts.
yeah.
And it's amazing, if you look on the back of the package, I think 1 serving for almonds is like 16 almonds.
Yeah.
You really have to be careful. because
True,
if you sit
true.
there with the bag, I'm sure none of you do that.
Yeah. No, I love the red diamonds. I've got them at home.
You
Yeah.
know, it's really good to actually sit there and count out what a serving looks like, because it's not
You're right, because your handful, okay, that's at 10, and then you're busy running around at 11:15. Now you had two, so you're right, at the end of the day, you could have kind of done a little more than needed with that. So that's a great point, Kathy, thank you that, to watch your serving. But if you look at the back of the bag, anything you cook will have that serving size and will tell you what it is. Every now and then it will say it in grams, and I don't know about you, I don't have a scale at home to measure it, so it's so frustrating to see the grams, but typically it will give you a measurement, a cup, a quarter of a
Like even on
cup,
the chips
16
here, it says
nuts,
12.
yeah.
One serving is 12 chips.
Do you guys need more chips in it?
That's a good amount, right? Yeah.
But if you had 12 of those chips with that dip, you'd feel pretty good. And again, you got a serving of kale, your white bean, your garlic. I mean, those are good things also for diabetes, your blood pressure. You're getting all that packed in there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Do you wash your berries?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're
Yeah,
buying
they're fresh.
organic, maybe, but still, I think you always want to give them a nice rinse on them.
Yeah.
The frozen ones, no, because those are already cleaned and frozen. Yeah.
They wash it.
The frozens?
They freeze it, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Who would do that?
Yeah, I think they have to by FDA maybe,
Yes,
or,
I think those
I'll
are-
find that answer out
Yes,
for you
yes.
though, yeah, because like I said, we work with a chef, so I'll find out from her, but my understanding is if it's already in the bag,
It was in the bag.
then it should be like washed, yeah.
I like putting blueberries on my cereal. And
Yeah, great one,
I would put the whole bag on it because I love blueberries. but
right.
What's considered a serving size of?
All right, let's take a guess, what would be a serving size for blueberries?
Half
And I'm just checking my text, I'm not looking it up or anything right now.
a cup.
Half a cup, all right, anyone else have thoughts?
A cup.
How many, what would be one serving for blueberries? Okay, so, hold on, let me check. Okay, so half a cup, you win, there we go.
Is there a prize?
Yeah, you get an extra tip, we have one left, yeah. So it's 2.6 ounces, 75 grams, or a half a cup. So again, that's a way, if you did get something with the grams, you could start to realize 75 grams is a half a cup, so you could kind of use that as a little, yeah, right,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
So as far as at the, oh yeah, you guys, I love questions, because I was just gonna go over this, and our big thing is to kind of share the message, so
Yes.
let's keep talking.
I'm surprised to see fish only once a week.
I hear you, but I think the thought too, a lot of the fish have some of that mercury in it, and depending on what kind of fish you eat, the little tiny fish that are out there that we typically don't order or eat are the healthiest. Why? Because they're eaten first on the food chain. They're so little they get eaten up. But if you go for like the swordfish, the bluefish, the salmon, the ones that are in there for a long time that we all love to eat, they've got some contaminants in them because they've been in the water the longest. They're the big ones on the food chain, so they're the last to go. So because of that, that's why they recommend once a week. But if you find a fish, I think like the tilapia is supposed to be really good for you and very low in any kind of, mercury or any kind of contaminants, I would say 2 to 3 would be fine. This is their recommendations, with the fish, but that's a great question.
What about salmon?
So when you guys buy salmon, what kind of salmon do you buy?
Wild.
Well, you got some healthy ladies in the room here, yeah. Does everyone do wild? Does anyone ever do the farm raised? The farm raised to me tastes better, and I think it looks better. The farm raised is, well, Amy, you can talk about when you did that dietitian and how they talk about farm raised. Does anyone know what farm raised even means? Okay.
So they're they're produced not in the ocean or whatnot. So when you don't know, they're getting things to make them look
Pink.
pink. And
We fall for that,
and
Kathy.
delicious. Whereas,
Lobster shells.
yes,
Yeah.
To make it pink.
yes, but when they're caught in the wild, that's just their natural habitat, and it's so much better for you. You're getting so many less contaminants in there because chemicals. You don't want the farm raised because again, it tastes better, looks better, but
They say it's actually worse than eating like a hamburger,
Yes.
is the farm raised salmon. Yeah, because they feed it pellets, so that if they just served it to you that way, it would be clear and viney looking. So they feed pellets and other things, so it's dye in there. And I get it, I do it. I know it like broke my heart because it
Yes.
tastes so good.
yes.
But honestly, the wild is the way to go.
Wild.
I was up in Canada and went to
Oh.
a farm
Yeah.
salmon farm.
Yeah,
And that's what they said, they would throw the lobster shells in it, that's to give it the color.
yeah, yeah.
That's one of the ways they,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it should be a natural thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna put it in your body, you don't want it to be processed. Even if it's fish, they're still processing it. So
Yeah.
wild caught at all times is the best option that you can go
Is
with.
the nutritional value in the farm raised equal to the, even though it may have contaminants, is the nutritional value of the omega-3 fatty acids?
Yeah, those will
Yes,
still be the same
yes.
in there. It's just that you're getting a whole bunch of other, even semi-carcinogens and junk, right?
Junk that you
Where the
don't
wild caught is, it's more expensive and
Do
it's
everything
a little
wild.
drier
But
than
you
the
do
other,
what you can.
but
If
it's,
it's organic, or
yeah.
if you buy it at Trader Joe's, which is great, that's a better option too. Always, rinse it too before you have it.
Why do you rinse it?
The tuna, any salt or anything that's
Yeah,
in
it
there.
decreases the sodium by about 30% once you undo your can and you squeeze it all out and then maybe run the water a couple times. That decreases the sodium level in it because tuna does have a lot of sodium, so,
I have a nutritionist who gave me a salmon recipe using canned salmon,
okay.
because the nutritional value is the same, but
Yeah.
it's cheaper.
Was it good?
Well, the recipe was for croquettes. I always want to say croquettes.
Okay.
Croquettes.
Yeah,
But she says rinse it, and finally I said, I'm not rinsing. I
yeah,
think I might rinse it, but not all the time.
yeah.
No.
It's the tuna with the sodium. It's just habit now. You open it, drain and then rinse a couple times, just in the can, and press it on.
It is only water, but it just helps get any extra sodium that's in there, the salt that's out, yes. And you don't taste it doesn't taste any different, to be honest. It tastes
Right.
the exact same, you're just helping your body a little bit.
So on the list here, does anyone here use olive oil, or what kind of oil do you use if you're sauteing, or is it always olive? Do you guys ever do vegetable? Oh, canola, that's another good one, yeah. The only tip I'm gonna give you with the olive oil is don't heat it above 350. So if you turn up real hot, if you're gonna sear something in there and you turn your stove up hot, they say that olive oil loses its benefits if you heat it above 350. So you'll see olive oil for dressings and olive oil for this, but maybe for something like that, use your canola oil. There's avocado oils now. Coconut oil is a great one. That can get real high and be safe to cook with. So keep that in mind, because I didn't know that. I was always dousing the pan and then getting it real hot, and you get that great sear, and then I've lost all my nutritional, and I think it's even a negative benefit if it's heated
so,
past.
but if you lose your nutrition from overheated olive oil, canola oil.
Canola oil is fine.
Is
Coconut
there-
oil is a
what's
good
the
one.
nutritional value there?
Canola, all right, so vegetable is, they say, like not the worst, but it's the lowest one, as far as nutritional value. And then canola oil is a good, that's a good oil. A lot of times it may say, you'll see it will say heart healthy. You're not getting as many benefits as the olive oil, but you're still it's better than your vegetable. The coconut oil does have a little bit of that coconut flavor, so,
Avocado oil is also awesome.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have too much of a flavor.
and there's avocado mayonnaise now that really doesn't taste too different, and that's a really good one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spray is great.
Spray is great,
Yes, yes.
exactly.
Yeah, I use that too, that's great. Yes.
Now I'm just flipping over the next page with things to, limit. So red meat is good for you. Red meat has a lot of the, for your red blood cells, and it gives you energy and your iron, and so it's great. But if you can get the leaner cut of your red meat and keep it to once a week, maybe twice, if you were a Murray kid, you would eat it every night. They love steak, but it is one to definitely limit. And I don't know Amy and I grew up, we had steak all the time. It was, my mom, it was easy. She could throw it on the grill, but it's really something to limit in your diet. And then, what's that? And you were talking about the spray. There's a butter and margarine spray that you can use that yeah, it's great. It definitely, because it's just giving you a little bit. So rather than you cutting off that piece or getting out that and putting it on, it's just a little spritz. So you're just getting just the right amount. So that's, yeah, definitely. Listen, you can come up here and run this with us. You got all the answers, right. Let's see, cheese. Who does a lot of cheese in here? Who likes the cheese? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Dutch, so
Yeah, that comes with the part of being Dutch, yeah. Yeah.
Years ago. Slice of bread, cheese, 6 of them, put them in the grill, oven, that you have kids have 1 or 2 or 3, or
Yeah.
boys 4. eat them and go out the door.
That was on the Weight Watchers?
Weight Watchers?
That's so funny.
I think so.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
This is the Weight Watchers lady.
Oh, wow.
Well, let's see, I'm how old I was, 26, 28 years old, 29, like 50 years ago.
34 years, starting in 66.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I like it. It's getting, the mind diet's getting all wild.
My husband was there too.
Cottage cheese is not considered one of these cheeses. Cottage cheese is actually a great one to have a little scoop at night, which I'm sure they must tell you with the Weight Watchers, before going to bed, because it takes a while for your body to digest it, so your metabolism is running while you're sleeping, which typically when we go to bed, our metabolism slows way down. That's why they say don't eat big dinners prior to going to bed. But they do recommend a little quarter of a cup, or you can get the yogurts now that have the cottage cheese and like a fruit or honey or berries, and you have that before bed.
Those are good.
Yeah, and then you're getting your calcium, because you have to have your calcium. Remember, your bones need the calcium. But the cottage cheese, these cheeses, I mean like the Swiss cheese, the American cheeses, it tastes great, but it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah, the Munster, all those kind of soft cheeses are they're not good for you. They clog up your arteries. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I know, exactly. You guys are gonna leave here depressed. Like, what did I do coming to this? Yeah. Pastries and sweets, fried food, kind of self-explanatory, you know. But if you look down below, this diet is really easy. I mean, we go out to all, you know, we have little kids, we've got parents, you know, we're in our 50s. You can go out and order any of this stuff anywhere. You know, you get your salad, you get your spinach salad, you get your nuts on it, you know, all that kind of stuff. Your, you know, desserts, the parfaits with the fresh fruit. So there's definitely a way that we can implement this into our lives. And again, don't wait until either you or a loved one or something is starting to see some signs. Do it now and really stop that from happening, because again, our bodies are living so healthy. We go to the gym, we do our workouts. You guys are in here doing tangos and all that stuff. So now do the exercise for up here and implement some of these things, and your body will thank you for it, for sure.
The butter and margarine, could you go over that? I get that no, what's
I wouldn't do margarine, I would do butter.
Yeah.
And butter's, it's more of a natural. Margarine
Yeah.
is processed and it's
Even
not,
that, I can't believe it's not butter.
no.
I mean, it's a substitute, it's okay, but it's processed. Yeah, if you're gonna use the butter,
Go butter.
you go real,
butter.
you know. They're even saying now with milk, like, does everyone in here drink milk?
Yes.
Okay, what percentage milk do you drink?
1%.
1%. Okay. They're going back to whole milk.
Whole milk.
The doctors are recommending whole
Yes,
milk?
because you're getting the nutrients are being taken out of the milk when you go to skim, 1%, 2%, but the whole milk has
Yeah.
all the values that you want in
And
it.
it fills
And it's
you,
good
and
fat
yeah,
again,
and it's
yeah.
a good. When you drink it now, it tastes like a milkshake. You can't even do it. It's so thick.
Yeah.
It's like cream. I agree with you. Other than putting in the coffee, can't do it. But they're recommending everyone now. The doctors, the pediatricians, they're saying go back to whole milk. It's kind of where everyone grew up with, and you know, and then everything changed around, and we saw a lot of different things.
Can you use that?
The sugar substitute.
Some?
You know what? I'm not a big substitute for that kind of stuff. Hi, come on in. Because of the reason that, you know, they are, you know, linked to carcinogens and things. But again, 1 teaspoon of sugar, I mean, that's kind of, yeah. Yeah, right. But as far as,
Drinking milk, 2 glasses at night.
right. But yeah, I would have recommended he doesn't do the 2 glasses at night, but in the morning to start the day and keep going, then that's great. It fills you up. It's a good, healthy one for your brain, and keeps them going.
What about Olivia?
You know, I've got mixed thoughts on that. I think it's better than a margarine for sure, because it's made with the olive oil, but it's not as pure as a butter, but you're losing the calories and the cholesterol, which is great. So I think anything in moderation is, you know, right, is a smart choice. But I think that's probably the best one for a substitute. Yeah.
Can we talk about coffee, seeing that it's there every day?
Yeah. Okay, what do you guys think of coffee?
Love it.
Oh, same here, yeah. I said to Amy, I had 2 cups in the morning. I'm like, it gets you going. I mean, coffee, honestly, is a great thing, and I'm sure you guys read about it all the time. Every time the study comes out, coffee's great. It's good for you. It's good for your metabolism, your body, your mind. I would say if you get a little jitteries or if you're taking any kind of medication that extra caffeine is not going to work well with, then switch to the decaf or start in the morning.
half and half.
Do a half and half. Be that person at the store that orders the half and half coffee when you go through the line, and be proud of that. No, you can always do half and half. The decaf, start with a regular cup, and then your second cup, if you have one, do decaf. I'm a big component. I think it's good. I think it's good for a lot of these other, like some of the chronic diseases. I think coffee is great for them. Tea is a great. Green tea is the best thing for your thyroid and for your mind, and your green tea is incredible. So.
Now, because I don't drink coffee, I drink green tea.
Yeah, good.
But I drink decaf green
Right.
tea.
That's
Does
great.
that ruin it?
No.
No, not at all.
It doesn't matter.
No, in the afternoon, anything past 12, I do decaf because it just affects me so much that I love it in the morning, but then when I'm up at 11:30 at night and I can't sleep. So I always switch, but the decaf has nothing to do with the nutritional, but for
Okay.
women, the green tea for your thyroid is one of the best things you can do for your body. And yeah, if you're taking thyroid medication, you start taking that green tea, you may see an adjustment because it's really solid for your thyroid. And I can speak from experience because I do all the green tea, and I was tapered down to tapering off of a thyroid med because for me at least, that's the effect it had on my body. But green tea is a great one for women, great one.
What about the decaf process? What does that do?
Ooh, you stumped me with that one. I've never heard anything negative about the decaf.
Coffee or the tea through some kind of a process to decaffeinate it,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So,
I don't think it's a bad process, because as I said, I did see a
Let me
nutritionalist,
check
and
my
she
notes.
actually had a different view on coffee, or caffeine, because she said caffeine is a drug, and it's as addictive as any drug you have. So if you're a big coffee drinker and you stop drinking coffee, you're gonna get a headache for a couple days, and it's not pleasant, because it is like you're coming off of something. So she always recommends 1 cup of coffee, but decaf green tea is her big thing, and she said it's so good for your body, and nothing negative for being decaf. Her big thing is if you drink too much caffeine, that is not good for you. So if you're gonna have your 1 cup of coffee in the morning, great. If you're gonna have a second, make it decaf, because too much caffeine is it's not good for your body. So.
Okay, okay, this is one interesting thing about the decaf. You know, I was saying with the caffeine and your body and cardiac. So drinking decaf coffee rather than regular coffee does not lower a person's risk for a heart attack. That's the only negative I've heard about the decaf. Yeah, just something. Oh, yeah.
Are eggs in or out now?
Eggs are in.
Eggs are in.
Yeah.
Every morning it's.
Yeah, eggs are good. It's eggs is a good protein to have in there, and especially if you're frying it with butter and stuff. Yeah, maybe you're losing a little bit of that, but to even poach an egg, hard-boiled eggs are fantastic. Hard-boiled egg with one serving of those nuts, and that's great. That's great for your body and great for your mind. And
I was told protein morning, noon, and night.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Always have a protein with your
Yeah.
meal. It fills you up too. So it's
yeah,
good.
definitely.
Well, I like the hard-boiled eggs. I
Yeah.
put around 4 or 5 together and then have one, maybe
Yeah.
2, and then put them in the refrigerator.
That's the healthiest way to do the egg, I mean, I love a fried egg, but if you do it, maybe do it with the spray or something so it doesn't get the fat calories in it.
I was wondering, I've heard that when you buy those little yogurt cups
Mhm.
with the fruit already in them, that it takes away from the good bacteria that's in the yogurt because of the fact that the acid in the fruit kills those bacteria. Is that something you've heard of? Or?
We can look into that. I haven't heard of that. The only negative I've heard to having that when you have the fruit in there is the sugar content. Because if you look at, when it's all natural or organic and it's just the fresh fruit in there with it, your sugar might be 2 or 3 grams. But if you look at one of those, like the honey ones, I forget the name that you can flip them in, your sugar content might be like 36 grams. That's a lot of sugar. That's the only thing I've heard. I mean, if you're concerned about that, definitely go for the yogurts that put right on there, probiotic, 1 serving of probiotic. And those are great for anyone. If anyone ever goes on, an antibiotic or something, add the probiotic to your diet, and it can be 1 serving of your yogurt a day because that can wreak havoc on your body if you don't have that probiotic to build up your good bacteria. So always keep that in mind anytime.
Fat in the yogurt?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
there's, I think it's Activia is a probiotic one, and there's a couple others now that are coming out. Kefir is a drink, it's like a smoothie drink, it's great, that's probiotic. Probiotics are really good, because it builds up the good flora in your body. Those are good ones. Any other questions, guys? Or- Oh, the green matcha, the MACHA. I think it's fantastic. You know, I have used it for, you know, kind of increases your metabolism a little bit, but that's just a great, like, straight shot of, like, that green tea that we were talking about. It is caffeinated, so you get that build of your metabolism. It's supposed to help burn some fat in your body. But I think that's great. You can put a scoop into things with that. It's super healthy. It's pretty much always organic. So. So it's called, I don't know if I'm saying it right, that's why I spelled it. It's MACHA, but it will be like a green tea maca. And you can get it, and it looks like a green powder. And you can put a scoop into your tea. How do you use it?
It was the tea bag.
Okay, you get the tea bag, you get the powder and add it into your smoothie. Like you can go to Whole Foods and buy it. I don't know if I've seen it outside of, other than like the organic places. But that's a really good one for your body. It builds up, you know, burns fat, metabolism. It's supposed to have a lot of focus components to it. So if you started in the morning with a little scoop of that, kind of heightens everything. And I do think it works because when you do it, again, mind over matter is always, you know, you think you're having this, is it really working? But that's a good one. Personally, I feel that's a good one. It's not on this list, but I like it, yeah.
There's also the complexion. There's no juice.
What's that?
It's a version of the same thing, KOM.
I don't know if I've heard of that one, but,
It's not a lot in the natural food stores. You know?
okay, yeah. You know, it's always good when you see something.
You know, and I say, show what's so odd about it, you know, because they sell it with the vegetable drinks, you know.
Right.
Green vegetable drinks and other drinks and that sort of thing.
You know, something when you see, if it jumps out at you, you like what the label says, just throw it into the search engine. You know, go to Google and see reviews, and you will get reviews from A to Z, and then you can really kind of figure out, is this just a hoax? Right, is it a fad? Is it something that, you know, my great-grandparents have been doing since way back when? Yeah, yeah, they get points for that, that's for sure. I'm sorry, do you have a question?
Yeah, any recommendations for foods that might counteract inflammation?
Counteract inflammation. Well, you'd have to avoid obviously all your sodium ones, but coffee is a natural diuretic. So if you just did a couple, so a diuretic is what, you know, if someone has swollen hands and feet, they'll say, you know, get an over-the-counter diuretic, or your doctor might order you like a Lasix or something if it's really severe, and that helps you rid your body so you urinate out the extra fluid. But coffee is the caffeine is a natural diuretic. So
I would get the coffee thing covered.
yeah, so that's your natural, that would be my go-to for a natural diuretic.
Any foods or I think it was
Turmeric, I might have heard of that. I know celery too, I think is a natural one. Turmeric, yeah.
Celery's definitely
Is that
good,
good?
also water.
Yeah, and I think celery too helps flush out your system.
Cucumbers,
Yeah,
yes, are also
Yeah.
good.
There's turmeric tea also, I don't know if you know that, but.
Oh.
yeah, and it tastes pretty good. It's got like kind of an interesting spice taste, but it's pretty good. It's one of those ones that you don't mind having.
Ginger and, it's turmeric, ginger and pepper.
Oh, can't go wrong with that. The ginger to me makes everything taste great, so, yeah.
How do you take that? Is it a powder and you put it on cereal or
Tea
put it
bag.
in food?
It's a tea, yeah.
It's a spice.
You can also get it, yeah,
Put it in cooking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could find out what the serving, what they recommended for the benefit for if you're looking to decrease some inflammation, and then just put that into, like you said, your food, or, you know, you could even do your smoothie. You can put it into anything that you can
Well, that's what I'm
blend.
saying, okay, so if I'm wanting to get to the smoothie.
Yeah, and I would say Roach Brothers, I'm sure they would have that, and probably one of their, you know, the international aisle spices. And yeah, and then just read up on what the serving size is to get those benefits,
Yeah.
and then just follow that guideline. Yeah.
Another thing you can do is if you're having your tomato sauce and whatnot, and it's all nice and hot, put it into your blender, add your kale, your spinach, any type of vegetable you want in there, and blend it up. You won't taste it, but you're getting, again, the good servings of all those green leafy foods.
Yeah.
But it tastes just like tomato sauce. So it's
Right.
another way to kind of sneak it into your diet a little bit if you're not a huge fan of a straight
With
up.
a positive benefit,
Yes,
big
with a
time.
positive
Yeah.
benefit. So.
So yeah, so again, our thing today is that these are little changes that make a big difference, but add them now. You know, add them while you guys are all healthy and strong, and do them now, and like I said, your body will thank you for it later, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming. Did
Thank you so
you,
much.
is anyone gonna be making diet changes after this?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're sorry about the cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, we do apologize if we got anyone mad.
Apologize, I'm running out of food.
Yeah, that's what we said. I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to cross it out.
I'm glad we lost you on that one.
Listen, you have to live life too, so enjoy life. Just add the kale after that.
And butter.
Yeah. Again, we apologize.
Leave everything on the table. We will
Yeah, we're
clean it
gonna clean it
all
up for you guys. And thank you for coming. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. Thank you.